It's bookshelf tour day. Do you want the house tour? Hi, I'm Georgia. Welcome back. We're gonna go around my bookshelf today. We're gonna go around them all. I basically did a reorganisation station video last week, and we reorganised it all because I bought loads of new books and I bought this little TBR basket. I don't even know if you can see it, but we're going to show you. I'm going to get into it all. And then we did I've got a little wooden thing that's a bit of a sorry state that I also reorganised and put some books on there. So we will go through it all. That's all this is going to be, really, me chatting through why I put things in certain places, and then most importantly probably going through my physical TBR basket that's a little bit out of control. Oh. So what's in there? What am I going to be reading over the next few months? I have just filmed, literally just now. Oh my god. I have just filmed a June TBR video of what I'm reading in June and what's going to come up vlog wise. So if you want to find that out, also go and watch that. But if reorganisation is not your thing, or if it is, go and watch that as well. But if it's not, then you can just skip that and just reap the benefits of everyone that had to suffer through the reorganisation video, including myself. So this is not going to be me doing this. I'm going to literally take the phone with me because that's probably the easiest way to do it, even if it's not the most aesthetic. But I just care about my ease at this point, and I'm sure as book besties you understand that. So let's get into it. Let's just take you with me. We'll start up here. This is my Roman Empire. Like, this is my trophy shelf, my babies. And then there's just a plant, don't ask. So they get pride of place. Whether that changes just because of constraints with the situation, I don't know. But my extremely professional, it's literally my Kindle reader, but multi-use, so why not? So they are my Roman Empire, and that probably will never ever change. I want to get some like nice editions of them. I think Fairy Loot used to do them, but when I've had a look recently, they're obviously not on there. So I'm going to keep an eye out for some nice editions of that, because I think I could then put them in between, which would be really cute. But I need to prioritise getting all my God Tier books before I then start getting multiple editions of my God Tier series. But I just love you so much. I love you. This is then my God Tier shelf. Oh. So cute, but obviously alchemised. I mean, I've not known a day's peace since I finished that book, but it is still God Tier, so it makes the shelf, okay? And then we have, I'll get to what these are in a second, but we then got the Edge of Darkness trilogy, which is my favourite dark romance of all time, like my entire life. Like, nothing has ever topped this level of darkness in plot and romance. So, and I love Friends. Friends? They're not friends, sorry. I love Lovers to Enemies. Like, that's my favourite trope of all time. So, like, that was always going to be God Tier. So, I'm going to reread that this month. Spoiler for the June TBR video, but so stay tuned for that because that's going to be messy. Heavenly Bodies. Yeah, I need to actually read the next one, which we'll get to. But yeah, 5 stars. I really didn't think I would like Heavenly Bodies because astrology, gods and magic isn't really my thing, but oh my god, he was so devoted in that. Like, Enzo, the man that you are. I love him so much. The next one, look at the state of this. This is why I don't try and do nice things for you all, because I'm not artistic, and now that's not going to go back in. It doesn't even go in when I try and do two-handed. Okay. Wuthering Heights, look. I don't even think you're going to be able to... Is it going to fit? Yeah. Wuthering Heights. Okay. I have read that book a very long... Focus. I have read that book a very long time ago for A-level English literature and watched a lot of adaptations. But when I went to see the film this year, it was like a spiritual awakening. I'm not the same person. Like, I still hear his audio of I love you. I love you. I love you. Like, that plays in my mind rent free when he's like, why do you not respond? Like, genuinely me when my boyfriend ignores me, but you know. So my partner got me that because he saw how much it emotionally affected me, because bless him, he went to the cinema on the day that it opened, like the day that it was released, and it was just a bunch of women crying in the cinema, and he was like, what's going on? Why am I the only person in the room not crying? So he felt it was a very significant experience for me and wanted to memorize that. Commemorate? I don't really know what you would, it's not really a win, is it, when you, yeah. Anyway, House of Earth and Blood, OMG.
OMG.
Do you know, this annoys me that a lot of people sleep on Crescent City, because this thing is probably one of the best books I've ever read in my entire life. How beautiful. Like, genuinely one of the best things in my entire life. Urban fantasy romance. This is probably the one, maybe this and Alchemized are probably the two books that I refuse to compare to anything else. I refuse to rate. Like, they would be $6 if I rated them, but they're just like they're my babies, right? But these are like, I don't want to compare them to anything, because they're my children, okay? But I have never felt anything like what I felt reading these two books. So I just feel I don't want to put them in a bracket and try and make them fit into a box of normal books that they just don't fit into, because they're masterpieces, like the complexity, everything. So forever will have a place on this shelf, regardless of what happens. And then, oh my God. These two, do I even need to explain myself? Like, look at the state of the tabs for Assassin's Blade.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, like, I don't need to. If I'm rereading Throne of Glass. We're actually reading Throne of Glass in the book club, so come and join us. Even if you're not, I'm a rereader. Abby is reading for the first time, Paperback Confessions Abs. And even if you just want to chat about it, because I had no one to talk to about this when I first read it. So come and chat with us. Paperback Confessions on Fable. I will put the link in the description. But the state of me in the reading vlog that is on this channel, rereading Assassin's Blade, you honestly thought like a family member had passed away. The way I was behaving, and then I genuinely entered like the 3 stages of grief. Like, I just honestly, so I mean, sorry. What am I doing? This is from the reorganization chaos. That is appalling. How have I not noticed that? That's better. Obviously, the funny thing about this is you can tell which ones are my favourite from how used they are, other than this one. This one looks pretty used, but I did lend it out, but I have reread it like maybe once. But look at this, right? Akamath. Again, God tier. Look at the state of Akamath. I lent it out, so like this isn't all just me being a monster. But right, and then look at A Court of Silver Flames once. It's like pristine. I've never reread it. It's literally pristine. Like, tell me you didn't vibe with Nesta as much without telling me. I did in the end, but it just took a hot sec. Like, I very much missed my recent favourite. So, after the fact, Avatar spoilers. I'll put a little thing up just before I say that, just so I don't get shouted at. These things that fell off are what I'm reading this month from the TBR pot. So basically, I go through them in the June, so we'll just leave them there. But this gorgeous little thing, my mum and dad got me when I started making book content, which I just think is the cutest thing ever. Like, aren't they so precious? But it was a little bit out of control. So I read 6 on holiday, contemporary romances. We've pulled 4 out, so I'm making a bit of headway now. But I also have a fantasy romance separate to Jar Jar. So that is contemporary and dark romance, and this is like fantasy romance and fantasy books. I made this myself, by the way, like channeling my inner Etsy witch. I'm pretty proud of that, really. Just use Kindle stickers and a biscuit jar, guys. Nothing crazy. Anyway, obviously my Kindle.
I love it.
And then this is going to make people upset, and this is actually not a problem I can fix at the moment. So I've lent out the rest of my Chestnut Springs because I'm lovely, and I've lent out the first Magnolia Parks book. So obviously the first MP is going to go there, and then the rest of the Chestnut Springs is going to go underneath here, so that'll look lovely. And then I actually think how How cute and like colourful will that shelf look, because the magnolia parts will be pink and then you'll have the rest of them. I just think that's a really cute shelf. Obviously this is like my god tier contemporary romance shelf. Other than that is really not god tier. So the rest of Chestnut Springs and the Boys of Tommen and Magnolia Parks. How colourful. Like, I love the colourful Throne of Glass editions. Can you not be so beautiful? Like, they have no business. Like, Sarah, I saw someone like saying they didn't like this the other day, and I thought, I love the pastels. Like, I love the colours. And this is then where it all starts to fall apart and gets worse. So obviously this is where my, how cute is this, by the way? My TBR basket is. I just thought that is a lovely way to be categorised. So we're going to go through all of these, and then I will put you back on the stand so I can like actually talk to you about them all. And then this is just a little bit of like, I don't know what's going on with this. Daggermouth has been demoted from here because Edge of Darkness has taken the place. But Daggermouth is also god tier for me. I am going to level. The Wolf King I did really enjoy. I haven't read The Night Prince yet. That I need to buy, but I've got other problems to deal with now. I've just read Starside. Again, 5 stars. Wouldn't say god tier, but it was going to be 4.5, but the ending really saved that. So One Dark Window I did like. It's a beautiful, like gorgeous, beautiful edition. It's got sprayed edges. I liked it. I didn't care for the romance though, like, which was interesting. That's the first time that's really happened to me, but therefore I didn't love it. And then we've got like Metal Slinger. We've got like one of our gorgeous new and noteworthy authors, Sarah Cohen. Go and check her out. She's a lovely person and we love supporting an indie author, so shout out to Sarah. And then People We Meet on Vacation. I've just read that on holiday. I've read that on holiday. I wish I could literally like get rid, but it's just not even worth putting on Vinted for £1, is it really, with the admin? So maybe charity shop, or like wait until I've got loads. And then Chris Carter. Okay, Chris Carter is like the god for me of thrillers. I read, which one did I read this one this year in one of my vlogs, and it was a little bit disappointing. I'm not gonna lie. But these, oh my god, these and the crucifix one that isn't there, it fell apart. But me and my dad love them so much, like so much. He's so good. He used to be a criminal profiler and psychologist in the FBI, so like he's basically using his experience to give you these, and it's stunning. He's actually got another book out in June. Oh my god, this year's gone so quickly. I'm gonna have to get that, as I am coming back into my thriller era. If you know from the June TBR video, you know with Freedom McFadden's next book I'm gonna try and do this month. So let's go through this. Oh, actually, let's just quickly deal with this, because this is just not even fun. I mean, look, I've tried to make it, ignore the tissue, there's a spider in here that I'm currently battling. But let's just try and quickly make it aesthetic for you. But I've got a little planner, cute, see how it is, cute little diary thing. It's not a bookshelf, but while we're here. And then basically, these are my partners, right? And he doesn't read, so I don't know why he has these. And he was like, well, you can put them on your stuff, but I don't have room for them anymore. And he's never going to read them, and I'm never going to read them. So anyone want some Throne of Glass? Throne of Glass. Oh my god, that's like blasphemy. Game of Thrones, let me know. And then here are some, my friend very kindly, don't ask. And my friend very kindly has lent me some thrillers, but I've then departed from my thriller era, although maybe I'm coming back into it, so maybe I will give them another go. I don't know, but they're going back to my friend if not, so they'll be gone. And maybe they'll be gone if someone, you know, who knows. We'll go through this now. What's coming up, subject to June TBR, and what I've got in there that I need to fit in at some point. And if you obviously want to tell me your thoughts on what's in here and whether I should bump them up the list or put them even further down than they already are, then let me know. But interesting. So really quickly, because I've gone through it all in June TBR, so like I've told you what they're about-ish in my own special way, because I'm not really a blurb girly. I don't really want to know what the blurb says. I summarise off what I surmise from it, but I'll quick fire the ones that I dealt with in the June TBR video, because just go and watch that and you'll know what they're about and that I'm reading them in June. But Broken Dove, the second Silver Elite, don't mind me, dystopian romance. I love Silver Elite, so that's getting read. Fury Bound, The Second to Die Bound, Direwolves, Trials. There was a big plot twist at the end, so I'm looking forward to this despite the 2-star reviews that I'm seeing for Fury Bound. I'm currently reading A Love Letter to Whiskey, Toxic Romance. That's going to have its own vlog, and it's in the June TBR. Red Rising, yeah, I'm doing it. High fantasy, not really romance. My dad's just read this and said it's incredible and I love it, and it's like Hunger Games-y, so we'll see. And the first in the Broken series from Chloe Walsh, because I finished The Boys of Tom and reread at the start of May, and I'm in a slump in terms of that. Like, I miss them so much and I want that experience again. So this feels a little more grown up, a little more toxic, but I'm looking forward to it very much. So I will let you know about that. They are the ones I've already covered, so that's why I just quick fired them. What is in here? And I'm not going to go in order because that would be too easy, but this one is probably the one out of the rest I am most excited to read, but I keep putting it off because The Cruel Prince is like Marmite for people, isn't it? They either love it or hate it. I know this is fantasy with a subplot, a very small subplot of romance. It's a political book, apparently. And I think the FNC is meant to be quite strong in it, but I have seen the quotes and they are incredible. Like, when people read this book and put quotes on TikTok, they are insane. So actually, I personally do want to read it for the romance. Prepare to be disappointed, I know. But I also like political books anyway. Blurb does say, because I will read the blurb of this one, of course I want to be like them. They're beautiful as blaze, forged in some divine fire, and Carden is even more beautiful than the rest. I hate him so much that sometimes when I look at him, I can hardly breathe. Wow. One terrible morning, Jude and her sisters see their parents murdered in front of them. The fearsome assassin abducts all 3 girls and brings them to the world of the fairy. Mocked and tormented for them being merely mortal, Jude soon realises that to survive in the treacherous, dangerous world of the royal court, she needs to be as cunning and as deceitful as the Fae themselves. Spelled F-E-Y, which is interesting, instead of F-A-E.
Oh.
Spelling, please. But the stairway to power is fraught with shadows and betrayal, and looming over all is the arrogant and charismatic prince. Carden!
Okay, let's go!
Yeah, I am feeling him and I don't even know it. Lush, dangerous, a dark jewel of a book it's been described as, so stunning. That is definitely going to be July. I need to bite the bullet at some point, but I want to read them all back to back to back, and I thought there was 3, but it looks like there's 6. But you know when you just don't want to commit to a series, especially that's got like such either love or hate reviews until you've read the first one, so. Rose in Chains. This was one that got taken off the shelves to be like republished or like re-released, because I went to get it in Waterstones in February and she was like, no, it's coming out in May. So I pre-ordered it. She basically said if you like Alchemized, you should read this. The war is over, the dark forces have won, the hero is dead. So do you mind? Like, there's so many motorbikes where I am at the moment, or cars with loud engines. The road's closed. What are you doing? It literally does my head in. Anyway. So yeah, like post-war, evil has won. Do you see what I mean? The road's shut. Go away with your loud vehicle. After her kingdom falls, Princess Bryony Rosewood is captured by the enemy, stripped of her magic, and auctioned off to the highest bidder.
Oh.
She's sold to Tovan Hurst, Sikon of the powerful, devious Hurst family, and her secret infatuation. But Bryony can't give in to her feelings. A secret rebellion is brewing, and she must escape to join it. Yet, despite the horrors of a new world, help and hope can arise in the most unlikely of places. Dark and steamy, beautifully written, magical and nuanced. Stunning. Definitely going in July's TBR, unless I get so many more books that I can't cope again. The Fallen Stars. Now, this is upsetting because why did they not have the paperback? I prefer hardbacks, but they didn't actually have the paperback to match, and they didn't have the hardback of Heavenly Bodies when I went to Waterstones. So something needs to give here, something needs to change with that. Now excuse the battle to get this back in. Oh, nice and easy. The ending of Heavenly Bodies, if you know, you know. Like, I got whiplash, genuinely got whiplash. So I have been putting this off for so long because I'm scared where we left off with that. And apparently this is going to be a 5-book series, and if she does the same thing, I am shaking my boots because I don't think I can go through that again. Like, I was like, why are we moving on from that happening and then something bigger would happen? And it was like layers upon layers of plot twists and whiplash that I just couldn't cope and like almost blacked out from it. So a true masterpiece of romancy. I was absolutely enthralled. I felt it in my entire being, the need of you. Like, someone said that this surpasses the magic of Heavenly Bodies, which actually scares me for how good it's going to be. I don't know why I keep putting it off. I'm scared to be disappointed. What can I say? So that, listen, a lot of these need to get read in July or soon, put it that way. Oh, I have never read K.M. Morinova, but me and Abby picked up The Cruel Prince and Bulletproof when we went book shopping together. There's a vlog on it on this channel if you want to go and see that. But she liked the look of this one and hasn't really done dark fantasy romance, so we thought it'd be fun to buy one and kind of buddy read, but maybe at different times, maybe at the same time, who knows, because Abby's reading Code of Glass for the first time, whereas I've moved to audiobooks now because I'm about to read 15 books in June. Be 16 with the tandem, 17 with the tandem read. Actually, I really didn't factor that in, but I'm doing the audiobooks for them, so that's fine. He was built to be bulletproof. She was the one thing that can break him. I think this is like a Dark Forces military thing. I have seen, I can't even remember what the phrasing was, but it was something nasty.
Future me here. It was squirt. Yeah, squirt.
About this book, like something that he calls her, and this is not like nasty to her, is like unpleasant for my ears and my eyes. And I can't remember what it was. There was someone that I follow that read it and was like, what is this? So I'm now scared that that's gonna not slap, but it is only like 333 pages. So at the end of the day, I can work with that. And I've been warned going in, but it's maybe just fallen a little further down my list than it was initially. Problematic summer romance. I wanted to read this on holiday. I love the cover. I love like holiday looking covers from the beach read. However, I realised you had to read Not in Love first because of the link with the characters and for the story to kind of make sense. And I really didn't like Not in Love. I'm talking like 2.5 stars. This is apparently forced proximity age gap romance on holiday. So that, I go either way with age gap, but forced proximity, I love that trope. So I theoretically should love this, but how much I didn't like Not in Love has put me off maybe Ali Hazelwood for a while, because Deep End I liked more than I thought I would. I think I gave that 4 stars because I did enjoy that. Bride I gave 4 stars, but then Not in Love, where the STEM was quite involved, I just didn't care for anything going on. So I don't know if that's probably the way I'm going to go with that. Can someone let me know if this is worth reading? Is this a lot better than Not in Love? Please let me know. But essentially, yeah, they're at a wedding, aren't they? So he's 38 and she's 23. It's a cliche. Yeah, it's about being successful biotech stuff. Yeah, look, I just don't really care for this at the moment. I don't know. And when I looked, there wasn't a conclusive answer if it was better than Not in Love, but I did see like people not loving Problematic Summer Romance. So let me know. So I don't know the order of these. Does it say in? It should say in, right? Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, Twisted Lies. So Twisted Hate, Twisted Lies, and another one of these is making its way to me. I don't know how that happened, but it happened. Anyway, yeah, I have heard mixed things on these as well. I think people love some of the books and don't like some of the others. So I think it's a case of I need to just commit to reading them all and then make decisions on them individually because they're like interconnected standalones, right? I believe you can read them in any order. I don't think I need to sit and talk about what these are about, but her brother's best friend, her neighbour, her saviour, and her downfall. Her brother's best friend, it gets me every time. It gets me every time. Yeah, best friend's brother or brother's best friend. Yeah, I live for that. So I kind of wish I'd put that in this month's, but I can't. I have no room. So, and this one is her brother abdicates. She faces the prospect of a loveless political marriage and a throne she never wanted. Yeah, I love an arranged marriage. So maybe I should have read all the blurbs of these before I picked my reads for this month, but these are going to be next month then, clearly. Probably best to rate for the whole series. And then I can do like a Twisted Love vlog or something in July. I committed to too many in June anyway. This is because I am a people pleaser and find it awkward to say no to things. I was at the till at Waterstones in February and they basically said this is on sale. The author was here the other month. Loads of people say it's good, blah, blah, blah. Do you want it? And I was just like, okay, yeah. I've then seen bad reviews. Well, not bad, but like very mid. People wanted more from the book or Infinite Fates. I think it is fantasy romance. Yeah, it is. She's got a little dagger. And I think it's kind of like Groundhog Day where they get to a certain point in their lives and then I think he unalives her. So Evelyn has lived countless lives, and in every single one she's been killed before her 18th birthday, but in her present life her little sister needs her in order to stay alive. To save her sister and make it past her 18th birthday, she'll have to find the centuries-old enemy who hunts her through each life, figure out why she's being hunted so that she can break the curse and once and for all. Most importantly, she's going to try not to fall in love with them again. So I think she always falls for them, but they always unalive her. I don't like the look of them. Like, she's fine, but like, what's that about? I don't know. Bonus content though, so maybe that makes it, I don't know. Final three, guys. Final three. Come on, rally. Lucky hit. This was potentially going to be a holiday read. It's just a hockey sports romance. I really just don't feel like I need to sit and read that. She doesn't like hockey players, but likes him after a breakup or something. So I will get around to that at some point, but not this month. This is a really interesting one. I don't like horror. I've never read Stephen King. My dad loves Stephen King. Like, probably him and Dan Brown are like my dad's favourite authors. And my dad read this and said, you need to read this book. It's basically loads of short stories, like bonus short stories over the years that have never made it into an actual book. There's one that my dad said not to read because that is actually scary. Where is the... Oh my god, look how many books he's wrote. Like, you know when they normally just have a few? Look at that. Like, go on, Stephen. There's one about the rattlesnake or something that is scary. Is a PSA. Rattlesnakes. But the rest, he said, are really good and interesting, and I should read it. But I just don't fancy it. But I do need to do it at some point because I do want to talk to my dad about it. So it needs to go somewhere. But at the minute, we're reading Red Rising together, really. So I think that's fine to leave for now. And then hopefully at some point in my life, I become in the mood for it. And then the final one, I have had this book for an extremely long time, like years, longer than I care to admit, to be honest. I have no idea what it's about. I just had a voucher for some reason for loads of books and just bought loads of random ones before I really got into reading, like before ACOTAR changed my life. And this was one of them that my friend recommended. Where the Crawdads Sing. Delia Owens. I don't know. For years, the rumour of the Marsh Girls haunted Barkley Cove, a quiet town on northern California coast. So in the late 1969, not the 1960s, in 1969, when handsome Chase Andrews is found, the locals immediately suspect Kaya Clark, the so-called Marsh Girl, but Kaya is not what they say. Sensitive and intelligent, she has survived for years alone in the marsh that she calls home, finding friends in the gulls, lessons in the sand. The time comes when she yearns to be loved. When two young men from the town become intrigued by her wild beauty, Kaya opens herself to a new life in the unthinkable. Painfully beautiful, at once unalived mystery, a coming-of-age narrative, and a celebration of nature, an astonishing debut. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe someone convinced me. If not, that and the Stephen King one, I imagine are just going to sit in this basket for the rest of their days, really. So that's it. That's all I've got for you. I don't really know what else to give you in this video or what else you would want. I don't know. I'm getting so tired. I didn't sleep well last night because I was up reading a love letter to whiskey. Really late. Like 1:30 in the morning, which is really late for me to be reading in the dark. So my brain's not working, which is fine. So yeah, that's it. I feel I'm going to have to talk my partner into getting a big bookshelf, like building me a bigger bookshelf if I buy one for all of these, because it's only going to get worse from here on out now that I'm like building this all up. And I only bought this a couple of months ago, so I don't feel like he's going to be too impressed. So let me know what I can kind of say to get him around on that. It's the building, like I will buy it, but it's the building of it so soon after we just got this. Maybe for my birthday. My birthday's in November, so I think maybe I can stretch, and if I start to have piles of books just here, then maybe he will see the dire need for that. Who knows? If not, they'll be getting double stacked, which is not ideal. So yeah, thank you so much for watching. Make sure you are subscribed. I would say go and watch the reorganisation of it all if you are interested in that and haven't watched it. And also the June TBR video, because we go through them books that were in here for June TBR in a lot more detail. And I basically explained which ones I'm going to do like little vlogs on, which ones I'm going to do short mini vlogs on, which ones I'm going to do like actual full vlogs on, and obviously the rest will be in the reading wrap up. So you know what to expect for this month then, really. Thanks for subscribing. Make sure you like it, and yeah, chat to me in the comments. Anything that you're reading, anything that you'd recommend. Like, let's just have some bestie book chat in the comments, because no one I know really reads beyond Abby, and she is consumer with front of glass. So yeah, bye.